Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Welcome back, my friends. If you are listening to this when the podcast drops, happy December. It is the most joyful time of the year. And so welcome if you are a first-time listener here. Welcome to this podcast. I am so glad that you're here. And let me give you a little bit of idea of what we talk about. We talk about leveling up in every single area of our life, in our business, in our mindset, in our leadership, and quite honestly, overall in our life. So what we're going to talk about today is so appropriate for the beginning of December, but it's also so appropriate whenever you're listening to this, because I believe that it's something that fuels every single thing that we build, something that when it's alive in us, in our heart, it actually makes every single day that you're building your business feel like a gift. And when it fades, everything feels really, really heavy. So if you're like, wow, well, I'm feeling heavy, this podcast is for you. And if you're not feeling heavy, this is just a reminder of why you're not, okay? And so what we're going to talk about is finding joy in what you're building. And so we hear the word joy all the time, especially at the beginning of December, like joy, you should feel joy, you should feel joy. And every single one of us have heard this quote. I know I say this quote all the time. When you love what you do, you will never work another day in your life. And so people say that people say that quote, people post that, but here's the truth. That doesn't mean that you're like not working. It doesn't mean like, "Oh my gosh, I love what I do, so I'm never going to work again." No, like you're working and it doesn't mean that what you're doing is easy. It means that what you do inspires you. It means that what you're building ignites you. It means that you're operating with inspired action versus that forced, heavy, I've got to do it. Like I know what I do for a living. I wake up every day, I'm like, I get to do this. I get to share my products. I get to share my business. I get to coach other people to win. And inspired action feels fun. Forced action feels very heavy. And inspired action is more than like, it's not a job, it's a calling. When you truly love what you do, you wake up excited. Like, I couldn't even imagine. Every now and then in my industry, okay, people like, are you doing one of those things? Which, like, I don't even know what that means. I don't know. Like, what is one of those things? But I'm thinking, I don't know. Are you doing one of those things that you dread Mondays, you look forward to Fridays, you can't stand what you're doing for 8 to 9 hours a day. You're complaining about what you're doing. You feel like you're overworked, you're underpaid. Like, I don't know. Are you doing one of those things? Because I wouldn't want to do one of those things. I want to go to bed excited. I want to wake up excited. And that doesn't happen automatically. Joy doesn't just appear one day like, poof, I feel joy. Okay. And it doesn't just appear all wrapped up in a bow. You are the author of your life. You are the creator of your feelings, and you create the joy in your life. You cultivate the joy in your life. And when you create the joy, it is your job to protect the joy in your life. Because let me tell you something, there are dream stealers, there are joy killers out there. There are like buzz killers. You know what I'm saying? So loving what you do is a daily decision. It's choosing to show up with purpose, with passion, and with gratitude. Like, I'm so grateful for my business. I'm so grateful for my company. I'm so grateful for the people I get to do life with. And it's even when the days that you're feeling heavy, you still feel so full of gratitude. Okay. So loving what you do. So I want to ask you just like kind of like a hypothetical question. Do you love what you do? Do you? And if you don't, honestly, we should talk. You and I should talk, because outside of this podcast, I am building a business that I'm always looking for people who want more out of life. Okay. But let's bring it back. Here's the truth. Most people don't love what they do. Like, that kind of freaks me out. Like, I couldn't even imagine. I'm 53 years old. Why our life is so short. It's a blip. It's like we're here for such a short amount of time. I understand we need to earn a living, right? Like I love earning a living, but I want to earn a living while I'm also designing my life. So most people settle. They're in a job that they don't love. They've given up on their dreams and they're waking up dreading Monday and they're counting down to Friday. They're living for weekends. They're living for vacations. Now, I love vacations. Okay. And I also really love weekends because most people don't do what I do. So I get to see more people on the weekends and it's just a social thing. And I love vacations, but I feel really grateful that I have a life that I don't feel like I need a vacation from. Okay. And so most people, that's the way they're living. But you, ideally, you're not most people. Okay. You're building something, you're growing something, you're chasing impact, you're chasing freedom, whatever that looks like for you. You're chasing purpose. And when you're building something extraordinary, loving what you do is your superpower. Like it really is. Like I've had people, even when I share what I do for a living, like, oh, I don't know if that's for me, but wow, you're so passionate. Or wow, I could see you really love it. Yeah, I do. And I will tell you this too, like, side note, whether somebody wants to join me or not doesn't take away my joy. Whether somebody buys my products or not doesn't take away my joy. And we just talked about it. Like I protect my joy. I'm in love with what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm not in the convincing business. I'm in the sorting business. Not everybody wants what I have. I'm at peace with that. Okay. But when you love what you do, it shows and people feel it. They feel your energy. They feel your excitement. They feel your passion. And then that becomes magnetic. And what happens is you don't have to convince anyone. Again, I just said I don't want to convince, I want to share. If somebody wants to join me, I want them to join me because they relate to me. They like my energy. They like the way I lead. They want to do life with me. They want to be around me more. They want to be coached by me, right? I don't want to convince people. You don't have to chase when you feel joy. Your joy becomes your greatest marketing strategy because the joy remains the same. Okay. And we have the ability to practice joy every single day, right? So that's how we cultivate joy. We cultivate joy by practicing it every single day because joy isn't just a mood, okay? It's not like I'm in a joy mood. No. Like it's you build it the way you build a muscle because I feel joy, but sometimes I'm in a sad mood or maybe I'm like in an angry moment. I don't like to say a mood, but we all have emotion, but my overall energy is joy. So joy is something that you build with daily habits that truly align with your heart. They align with your purpose and they align with your energy. So, some of my favorite ways that I build joy is gratitude, like making lists of what you're grateful for. I feel like whenever I make lists in this podcast, I'm like, oh, gratitude's always on there for whatever you want to grow. Okay. Gratitude is on there. Like every single day, write down what you're grateful for and not just the big stuff, like the little stuff, like all of the little things. My future daughter in law just made sourdough bread. She made sourdough bread. So my son Tyler and Jamie are living with us this year to save money. They're getting married in June. I couldn't be happier. I love having them under my roof, but she made sourdough. I'm so grateful for the sourdough that I just ate with melted butter. Like the littlest things. I'm so grateful for my personal trainer that I'm now working with at the gym. I'm so grateful for my children to push me to get a personal trainer. Like I'm so grateful. Just so make a list of all the things you're grateful for. Gratitude reminds you of what you have and it grounds you in abundance. Personal growth, friends, I know that you value personal growth because you're listening to a personal growth podcast. This is a personal growth podcast. So that involves reading, it involves journaling, it involves listening to podcasts, feeding your mind. We can never expect to thrive if our growth is stagnant. Like we want to be constantly filling up our brain with the word. I'm a big believer in reading the word. Now I do that every single day. And in addition to that, personal growth and all of the things for business, show me what you're reading and I will let you know your level of leadership and your level of joy. Joy grows when you grow. So, number three, set goals that challenge you. Like if we kind of sit at a certain level for a period of time with nothing pulling us forward, that energetic pull, we're going to lose our joy. What was an amazing feeling in our business is going to feel ho hum and boring because newsflash, you're ho-hum and boring without goals. So joy lives in progress. So we always want to be making progress. When you're stretching yourself, learning, evolving, getting uncomfortable, that's where joy lives. It's amazing that people avoid getting uncomfortable, but that's where joy lives. What happens with complacency, when we're complacent and we've been at the same income, the same level, working with the same people, trying to get blood from a stone, that kills joy. Number 4, surround yourself with the right people. If you're surrounded with people that don't feel joy, that are not happy, that are focusing on everything that's going on in the world, that focus more in politics than they do in joy, like your circle is either going to bring you joy or they're going to bring you justification. You cannot soar in life if everyone around you is afraid of new heights. So pay attention, really close attention to who you call when things get hard. Because are they lifting you higher or are they validating your excuses? Okay, so number 5, serve others. Joy multiplies when you pour into other people. Like, make a difference for people, reach out to people, let them know you're grateful for them. Invite somebody over for a meal, take a walk with someone, just serve other people. When your focus shifts from what you can get to what you can give, your joy genuinely multiplies. And again, around the holiday season, I love getting gifts. My birthday's coming up. December 10th is my birthday, and Christmas. Like, I am such a birthday person. People are like, "Oh, my birthday doesn't matter." I love my birthday. I love gifts. I love all of it. But I will tell you, I love to give even more. Like Christmas morning, I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Open your gifts, open your gifts." I put love into it. I put effort into it. I love to buy specific things. And then my kids will be like, "Mom, open up your gifts." I'm like, "I will. I just want to see the joy on your faces." So again, that just goes back to proving, and you probably a lot of you are like that same way. It's so joyful to give. All right. So let's talk about why joy matters in our business, because it does. Most people complain about what they do. Most people, I want you to like really sit and think, like the next time you're around people, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, maybe it's people that you do business with, they're complaining. They're complaining about the company. They're complaining about the products. They're complaining about different incentives. They're complaining about their boss, complaining about their day. It is mind blowing to me. And here is the thing, what we complain about, probably 99% of what we complain about, we have the ability to change and we do nothing about it. You know, it's amazing when people are like, I spoke to some of my friends. They don't think this is a good idea. I'm like, really? They have a life sucking job that they've been complaining about for a decade. And that's who you're taking advice from? Like, I can't even take it. Okay. So, why would someone work a job that doesn't bring them joy? Do you know that, there is something better out there, right? Do they just complain? And let's be honest, some do. Some people like really love to be negative. Like there's something that they get from being negative and complaining. It's feeding something inside of them. Joy isn't just nice to have. It's not just nice to have joy. It's the heartbeat of your business. So when you have joy in your heart, if you have joy when you speak about your business and build your business, you are more creative. Like you just are. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. What can we do? You're solution based. You're on to the next thing. You attract better people. Like attracts like. If we're not full of joy, we attract negative Nellies in our business. We attract people that the sky is falling. We attract victims in our business. I don't want that in my business. You attract better people when you feel joy. You can't be negative and attract a joyful person. You can't be negative and attract a positive person. It doesn't work that way. And what happens when you're feeling joy, you recover much faster from setbacks. Setbacks are inevitable, but it's like, oh my gosh, I have so much joy. I have so much joy in where I'm going. I have so much joy in what I'm building. I have so much joy in the goals that I'm setting. I have so much joy and gratitude for my team and business. I'm going to get up and I'm going to plow on. And you end up leading with light, not pressure, like light, like I see the light. I feel the light. Joy shows people what's possible. Your joy tells others how they can feel in their business. Every single thing you do is showing people how to show up in the world. Like you want to just be a model example of what it looks like to build a business, to work, to build something of value, but to love it and to feel joy. Because when we stop loving what we do, we lose it. When you stop loving, you will lose it because your team doesn't just follow what you say, they follow your energy, they follow your example. If your energy says, I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired, I'm stressed, I'm frustrated, guess what? Your team feels that and they don't want to call you, they don't want to talk to you, and they don't want to build with you. But when your energy is saying, I'm grateful, I'm fired up, and I love what I do, that becomes contagious. Your joy builds structure, your joy builds community, and your joy builds momentum. And so, what happens when we lose our joy? And from time to time, we do, friends. I'd love to tell you that for 19 years, I have felt joy all the time. No, it's that muscle. There's times I'm like, I haven't really worked on that muscle in a while. Okay. So let's be real. We all go through seasons that we lose our joy. Maybe the numbers in your business aren't moving. Maybe people are quitting. Maybe you feel tired. And suddenly, what once lit you up feels heavy. And then here's what happens when we lose our joy: we start to blame, we start to justify, we start to complicate what we already know how to do. You know how to build this business. You didn't forget how to build. You didn't forget how to lead. You didn't forget your purpose. You just need to find the joy and fall in love with it again. Joy isn't something you find once, it's something you choose again and again. Every day, remind yourself why you started, reconnect with your purpose, and just simplify it. Another huge way to bring yourself back to joy is to bring yourself back to your last promotion. Like, bring yourself back to that feeling, right? If you've promoted. If you haven't, fall in love with what you do and let's giddy up, friends. Okay. So, like, what level of joy did you experience? How did you feel? How did you talk to people about your business? How did you coach your team? Wasn't the chaos, when you think about this, really fun? Wasn't the growth exhilarating? You know, people say, oh my gosh, I'm dreading the chaos, I'm dreading this. That's when you're not feeling joy. That's when it feels heavy. And bring yourself back to your vision. Like, close your eyes. Does it bring you joy? What are you building? It's in finding your vision. Allow that to bring you joy. Bring yourself back to your why. If your why matters, you're going to find the joy. Every business has a honeymoon phase, just like every relationship has a honeymoon phase. And at some point, that fades. But love sustains you, love keeps you going. Love can conquer all. Loving what we do is our absolute secret power. And love makes everything and anything possible. And I think, I love every season in my business and I love every season in the year, but I especially love holiday season. Okay. And it is the absolute best time to build. So, right now, it's the holiday season. And I want to remind you, this is the absolute best time. While most people are slowing down, you can shine brighter. People are watching. People are craving joy. People are craving connection. This is your time to share your light. Your joy determines who will join you. Your joy determines who will follow you. Your joy determines who will rise with you. Lead with joy. Lead with gratitude. Lead with love. Be the person who shows others that it's not just about success, it's about feeling and finding joy and fulfillment in what you're building. So, I just want to leave you guys with some thoughts, okay? If you take anything away from today's episode, this is what I want you to hear from me. Joy is not optional, joy is essential. Find your joy in what you're building. Fuel your joy every single day. Protect your joy. Fall in love with where you are going. Because when you do, you won't just change your business, you will change your life. and you will inspire other people to do the same. So today, like, go out there and lead with joy, because you are not most people. You're building something extraordinary. You're creating a life that lights you up. And that, my friends, is truly what leveling up is all about. Happy December.